As 16-year-old Ayumi stepped onto the school grounds of Westbrook High for the first time, she kept her eyes down. Her hands clenched her books tightly against her chest as if they were shields from the cruel stares darting toward her. Her long, black hair covered half her face like a curtain, helping her disappear, but in high school, disappearing is impossible. Especially when you're new. And especially when you're different. Ayumi had moved from Japan to the US only weeks ago. Her father's job as an engineer had transferred the family halfway across the globe. New culture. New language. New everything. She barely spoke during class and never raised her hand, though she understood more than people realized. And some people mistook her quietness for weakness. They couldn't have been more wrong. It started with whispers. Then came the laughter. At first, Ayumi thought she could ignore it. The giggles in the hallway. The mocking attempts at imitating her accent when she politely said, "Sorry" or "Excuse me." The playful bumps in the hall that knocked her books loose. She swallowed it all in silence. Until Friday. Until the courtyard. Until they went too far. Ah, is this what they wear where you're from? A group of 3 boys and 1 girl surrounded Ayumi by the fountain during lunch. Popular. Loud. Unkind. Their leader, Darren, snickered as he tugged lightly at the hem of her modest pleated skirt. "It's kinda cute. Maybe I'll buy one for my cat." Ayumi froze. She didn't want trouble. Her mother had begged her not to make waves. But this wasn't a wave. This was a storm. The others laughed as Darren's fingers tugged again, this time harder. Something snapped inside Ayumi. And it wasn't just her patience. "Let go." Her voice was calm. Too calm. Darren looked amused. Oh, she does speak. In one blink, Ayumi's hand moved with fluid precision, grabbing Darren's wrist. In the next blink, he was on the ground, screaming. His wrist had bent in a direction it was never meant to. Shock rippled through the courtyard. Before the others could even react, Ayumi turned and twisted the second boy's wrist as he lunged toward her. Crack! Another scream. The third backed away instantly, hands in the air. I didn't touch her. I swear." The girl in their group just stood frozen, mouth wide open. Ayumi looked them all in the eye. Do not touch people without permission. It should have ended there. But the school didn't see it that way. Principal Hammond called her to the office. Her parents were contacted. There was talk of suspension. But then, the videos surfaced. Dozens of students had recorded what happened. The truth spread fast. The boys had been harassing her, and she'd defended herself flawlessly. The tide shifted. Ayumi wasn't suspended. In fact, students began looking at her differently, not with fear, but with respect. Some called her Ninja Girl. Others just gave her space. But a few? A few came up to her in private and whispered, "Thank you." She realized she wasn't the only one who had been hurt. Behind her silence was strength. The truth was, Ayumi had studied martial arts since she was 6. Her mother, a dojo master, had trained her not to fight but to protect. To stand firm when no one else would. She had never wanted to use her skills like that. But that day, she had no choice. Darren and his friends didn't come back to school for weeks. When they did, they avoided her entirely. Their smug expressions replaced with shame and silence. No more tugging. No more laughs. Ayumi found her voice, and it was louder than any scream. With time, she joined the school's martial arts club. She taught younger girls how to walk tall, how to say no, and how to stand their ground. She helped others feel what she had once needed.